Hi all, back with more Red Storm Darkwood Defection, Scenario 5 Darkwood Defection. Just about to move on to turn 11, this is my part 28. Just uploading part 27 at the moment, watched it back myself, everything looked alright, not an awful lot happened I suppose. But got the turn finished. So yeah, just 2 turns to go. And yeah, looking like we've got a chance of coming out of this one after all. Whereas way back it was looking grim. However, just 3 quick comments from Hal regarding part 26. He says, you got the aggression calculations right. There was combat after the split that resulted in taking the fight to -3. So that's good. He must have tracked that. And that's when we split dodge flight and the 108 flight. And I remember it was showing different aggression values. And Hal must have seen where we had been in combat again with other fights. So that's good that I didn't blunder with that one. He says, I think that your strategy at the 20-minute 30-second mark of moving a flight in to take fire is a good one and is not gamey. Drawing fire to protect an asset is frequently employed in the military. Good luck, Hal. Yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, I was thinking about this afterwards, and this was me sort of trying to move in beside this 2K22, wasn't it? So avoid that fire, take the fire in the aircraft, which can maybe deal with it better than the helicopter. I suppose, maybe something like that. Yeah, I mean, I dare say they do things like that in war. You know, they do probably do some things like that. So fair enough. I suppose it was something I could have done. I just felt like there was a little bit wrong about it. But I don't know. As I move on, we're probably going to have situations like that coming up, and maybe it is something that you do want to start thinking about. I mean, I've started talking about other things here, which maybe aren't so gamey. You know, I'm trying to keep dodge closer to Mechlin and Klein, for instance, so that if they were to break their disorder, then I want them to be targeting dodge and not mother. I think that feels okay, I think. But and what Hal said there, maybe that is okay as well. I'll see as I move along how I deal with that. Right, and the last one looks like quite an interesting one. Yeah, he's right. He says at the very end of 25.2, so this is on page 43, and it's rules regarding helicopters. It says, and it's right at the top of the page, the second. I don't know how you call that again. There's a name for that, isn't there? Anyway, right at the top of the page, on the second part of the page. Helicopters recover by landing in any friendly open airfield or hex on the friendly side of the front. So he says, so you could land mother on the front marker. And yeah, so basically, if we go in there, like it says, helicopters recover by landing in any friendly open airfield or hex on the friendly side of the front. So I think this turn 11, I move into that hex, and turn 12, I'm just going to land. Yeah, I'm at deck altitude anyway. So yeah, that's fine. And then I don't think I'll need to do the recover check to see if we maybe... I know there's a slim chance of that crashing, but there's still a chance of me rolling terribly. So that's a good one. Yeah, thanks for that, Hal. I probably should have looked into the rules of that more. And I don't think there's anything that overrides or changes that within the Dark Blue Defection rules. I mean, what does it say? We need to do victory conditions. No, where's it? Must tell us here. The NATO objective for this mission is to destroy air defences in the area around Nikolai Krasnov's location, declare a way for H-53 Flight Mother to extract and return him alive to the NATO side of the front. So that's all it tells you there. So that hex is going to be the NATO side of the front. So I'm going to move into that hex this time, and then on turn 12, I'm just going to land in that hex. And I think everything will be good, and I think that will avoid us having to take that recovery roll. I believe. But somebody tell me if there is something that I'm missing here. Right, okay, thanks for your comments, Al. That was that. That's all we need to go over. So it was only 5 minutes, good. Right, let's get on with the turn then. So turn 11, just about to start. So random event phase. Let's see what we get. I've rolled 13. 13 is one that's okay, I think. Yeah, 11 and 14 don't count. 13. Mechanical failure. Oh dear. Yeah, I had this one before. Yeah, this isn't very good, is it? Just see this. So yeah, there, roll 1d10 again. 1 to 5, it's Warsaw Pact. 6 to 10, it's NATO. For the selected side, if there is a damaged aircraft, the aircraft becomes crippled. If it's a crippled aircraft, it crashes. Applies to only one aircraft. Opposing player may select if multiple choice. Opposing player may select if multiple choices. Roll for bailout normally, but there's no morale check on the flight. Oh dear, this is horrible. Because Mother has a damaged aircraft. There's our flight log sheet, and the red colour's crippled, so that's actually not Dodge, that's the 108 flight if you remember, but that's what Dodge split into, so it's not Dodge, it's a 108 flight that's got the crippled aircraft. Mother has a damaged aircraft, and if that goes crippled, it's destroyed. Oh my, come on. That would be a horrible way to take us out, wouldn't it? And then over their side, they've got 2 damaged aircraft. Mecklen's got a damaged aircraft, and Wolf's got a damaged aircraft. Well, I think we had this roll before, didn't? No, because Mother only got damaged recently. Can't remember. It was maybe regarding something else, or was it not the? Was it not the something else? Manpad ambush, maybe. I think it was. Yeah, I think it was the manpad ambush. Right. Well, we can't survive if we just roll low, because we want a 1. Oops. We want a 1 to 5. 1 to 5, it's Warsaw Pact. And then if we don't roll that, oh, hang on, is it my choice? No, it's not, is it? It's the opposing player's choice. Right, you know what? Let's roll the dice first. Well, no, maybe not. Let's see what the Soul Player Aid says regarding mechanical failure. So their selection priority, crippled aircraft. Oh, good. So it's going to select the crippled aircraft before the damaged helicopter. Wow. Okay, we're okay. So yeah, that's what it says. So that the because it's the opposing player that gets to select, isn't it? It says that the opposing player may select if multiple choices. Well, there is multiple choices. We've got 1 damaged, 1 crippled. But that's going to say pick the crippled aircraft first, because yeah, it's a tricky one, that, because the reason it's saying pick the crippled aircraft because it's going to be destroyed, whereas if it picked the damaged helicopter, it would become crippled, which counts as destroyed. So I'm not sure if there's something. Maybe I should just glance at helicopter rules just in case. I don't know, I can't see anything, so I'm not sure if there's any kind of special instructions regarding how a helicopter would deal with this or not. So it's quite interesting it's came up, I suppose. let me know your thoughts, or do we just do it normally like this, like it looks like I'm going to do it that way. That's all I can see that's written. Right, well, we might still get away with it, and we might get them. So, 1 dice, we're wanting a 1 to 5 here. So, here we go. Yes, okay, that'll do. A 2. So, we do get Warsaw packed, and it's us to decide, isn't it? For the selected side, if there's a damaged aircraft, that aircraft becomes crippled. So we can pick either one of their damaged aircraft and cripple it, basically. And remember, when they cripple, well, it just means that they don't dash. There's not going to be bailout rules or anything like that. Okay. So I can either pick Wolf's 3rd aircraft or Mecklen's number 4 aircraft. Well, what are these states they're in? Wolf is disordered. Mecklen's disordered, but he's around, yeah, but then Mecklen's only got 3 aircraft left, whereas Wolf's got 4. I'm not sure it really matters, to be honest. I think Mechlin might be more riskier, because in actual fact, yeah, he's still got BVR capabilities. I don't know if it makes much odds or not. So I'll go for Mechlin's aircraft. So we're changing that damage result on aircraft 4. It was 4, yeah, to crippled. Okay. Right, that's fine. That was a little bit of a scare though, yeah, for a moment, because I'd hate to get through all the dice rolls and then get caught out with something like that, you know. I mean, that's the other one. That one, what is it? I just read it there again. Manpad ambush. The player selects one enemy flight that is at deck/low on the hostile side of the front. Well, that's exactly what he is right now. And he's our only flight at deck. So if we rolled, again, it's a roll of 1 to 5 for Warsaw Pact, 6 to 10 for NATO. But if we happen to roll that, then he takes a heavy AAA barrage attack. So that would not have been a nice one to have got. But anyway, we're good. Right, so jamming phase, none of that. Detection phase, right. Let's roll any flights that are not detected to see if they're going to become detected. Let's look at our guys first. Well, there's a 108 flight. Well, we kinda want this guy to become detected, and then that means Markov is going to look at him because he's not disordered or aborted or anything. So let's try 108 flight first. He's at medium altitude, so no modifiers. Rolling on the CCOM and detect, and they need a 12. I suppose maybe since these rolls are quite important. Right, so a 12 to detect or greater. That's a no then, so he's staying down for now. In fact, yeah, there's nothing else to detect him. Right, and then just looking without going back there, let's roll. Vegas is another one, but he is disordered, so again, no modifiers, 12 or greater. And that's a 15, so Vegas is now detected. Yeah, we would have preferred that the other way about, I think. However. What else have we got? Chevy, our bombers are up there. Yeah, everything else of ours is detected. So for them, I think I want to say they've got 2 flights. They've got Markov here. So yeah, I kind of want him to be detected, and then Wolf, who's disordered, not as important, and their other flight, where is it? Mechlin's detected. I've got 4 of them, not? Who am I missing? Yeah, Klein and Mechlin are all detected. It's Wolf and Markov. Right, so no modifiers. Let's go for Markov first. This is on the decom, so we need a 13 or greater. It's not happening either. So Wolf, 12, so just misses. Right, okay. So nothing else detected there. But let's check for the other detection methods. So visual next, isn't it? So native flights would have to be within 2. Can mother visually detect? Well, I don't really see why not. Markov cannot be checked this way anyway. I'm not so sure there's a radar going to have a look at them either. So it's just Markov and Wolf. Wolf, well, that's medium to high altitude. Well, that's not a look down, that's a look up. So there might be a radar check there. Mother, can mother do just a visual detection? I don't see why not. Let's see, 10.21 it is. When we make a visual detection roll for each enemy flight within 4 hexes and in line of sight. Yeah, well, although mother's at deck, he's at high. Of a non-distorted friendly flight, choose one eligible friendly flight to make the visual. Yeah, and then visual detection attempts at night are limited. All native flights may make visual detection attempts at night, but only at reduced range of 2 hexes. And then only Warsaw Pack flights with IRST sensors may make visual detection attempts at night, but only in their forward dark and a range of 4 hexes. Yeah, so that's not going to happen because Markov's pointing down that way, and the 108 flight is not in his forward dark. I don't see why mother can't do it. I think it states some rules about. No, it's in the helicopter part, Grant, I think. Let me go back to this. It says, does it not tell you something about helicopters here? They have full night capability and are considered to have terrain following radar. Only fly at low on deck. They may not enter formations. Yeah, where's it? Sure, I told you something about their. They have no weapons, RWR, defensive jamming. Yeah, I don't think there's anything to stop me because you're just looking out your window and that's within 2 hexes. So, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna have a roll at this. I'll just roll this off camera. It's not a biggie. However, there's not modifiers to this, Grant. Yeah, there is. So visual target 3 or 4 hexes away doesn't apply. Target in different altitude band. Yeah, because we're at deck and he's at high, so yes, -1 to that. Doesn't apply. Oh, God. Target used dash throttle previous turn. Well, there was only one flight that used dash throttle, and I want to say that was Vegas flight. I recall that because I just watched back the video, so that's not going to apply. Detecting aircraft. That's just IRST searches only. So there's a -1 because difference in altitude band. So, and this is on the visual detection. So you can see we need a 13. Yeah, I need a 13, but he's got a -1. I've rolled 12. 12 -1's 11, so no. I'm kind of glad that didn't come off, just in case there's something that says we can't do that. Right, I think that's only visual detection. Now, what about 108 flight? No, hang on. There's something alright about that. What is it? No, he's okay. He's got a radar range of 12. So 108 does have Wolf flight in his front arc. There's no look down, there's a look up. So I think this can be rolled on as well. So just jumping back to radar search. Needs to be in the forward dark. Look down may prohibit it, but look down applies if the target flight is at a lower altitude band. That's all it says. So, and this has came up before and nobody's corrected me by saying no, you can't also look up, so it's just look down that's the problem. Yeah, okay. So there's some modifiers to this as well. Again, I'll just roll this off camera a bit. Right, radar searches down there. So we're rolling, it's an F4, isn't it? Yeah. So we're rolling on that column, so we need a 12 or greater. And the modifiers are range to target. Well, you would only get a -1 if it was more than 10 hexes away, which is not. Target in different altitude band, yes. So he's going to get a -1. Is that high? So target a deck, no. Target a deck, no. Searching flight and B mark of target, and then in chaff corridor. So -1 for altitude band. He's not in the beam, he's in his rear arc. Yeah, so that's fine as well. So again, a -1 in this roll. We need a 12 with a -1. I've rolled 13, -1, 12. So yeah, I think that's gone this time. Yeah, we know disordered flights can't do any of that, but he's not disordered this 108 flight. He got his disorder removed, so I'm pretty sure that means wolves detected. It's maybe not awful relevant, that one. If I'm going to go for anybody, it would be Markov, I think, because he's not disordered. But I'm not so sure I'm going to go for anybody. I kind of don't really want the initiative here, do I? Oh, well, no. No, I don't think I do. I think I want to pass initiative if I get it. Just let them have it. Okay, so detection done. Movement, right. So 1 to 6 is NATO. Well, as I'm going to pass it over, I think anyway, so I'll just roll off camera. 1 to 6 is NATO to go first. I've rolled a 5, so it is us, but I think it makes sense just to let them do their thing first. Yeah, because the only flight that can threaten us is Markov. And the thing is, if I do move Mother, then Markov's going to be his target, because at the moment I'm going to have to roll between Dodge and Mother. But if I move Mother 1 hex closer to Markov, then it's definitely going to have a look at Mother. And it's maybe not that relevant, like I said, because there is a manoeuvre marker. He's going to have to spend half his movement points, but he's like 25. Yeah, high altitude. If he dashes, his speed's 9. Wow. Okay. Does that not mean he can maybe reach that, Grant? Don't tell me. If he was to dash... Oh, no, because he's losing half of it. Yeah, he's losing half of it to manoeuvre. That's fortunate then. Yeah, the other thing was that he's got a BVR range of 8 from the front. I mentioned this in the last part, but he's depleted his BVR weapons. But you can see all he needs to do is turn and face Mother, and then if he did have BVR weapons, then he would be able to take a shot. Anyway, none of that's going to happen. Are we going to just let them go then? Because yeah, all the other flights are disordered. The other 3 flights are disordered. All 3 of them. Wolf, Klein and Mechlin. Right, so I'll let the Warsaw Pack take the initiative, and they can draw the first chat then. I draw 2 on the large. Might be a nothing. Oh, it is. Oh, so much for that. Right, well, no choice now then. We've got to have a shot. Draw 3 in the large. Oh, and a 3 in the small. Okay, that's not what we wanted. This, again, you know what? It's probably not that big a deal. I still don't think I want to move Mother though. Just in case there's something. Right, we've got 3 flights to move. Okay, let's just deal with our bomber up here first. So he had started his landing. So let's say it's rule 6 something, is that? No, I think you're thinking of something else, Grant. 9.14 landing, page 15. So, on the game turn landing begins, the flight may select any speed between 1 and maximum combat speed. The flight must end movement in a hex adjacent to the airfield, with the airfield in its forward arc and pointed in the same direction as one of the runways. Okay, so we've done that. Next game turn, which is where we're at now, instead of regular movement, the flight advances into the airfield hex without changing altitude. So that's all it's going to do. Now, I don't know if it sits on the spine still, or would be in the hex. Yeah, I'm still a little bit unsure if I'm getting that bit right. Maybe we did need to be in that spine, but then I don't think I would have been able to have the movement to do it. And John did comment that it looks like everything was okay, so again, it's not really important. Maybe something good to find out now for the future. So that's all he's going to do. And then the thing is, we've already found out that when you're on the spine, you're counted. In fact, John had mentioned that, and I was annoyed with myself because why did I not go and look at that? He referenced the rule as well. Where was it? It's probably back at the beginning. Give me a second. Yeah, there's there, 6.12 hex size on page 9. For the purposes of attacks, that's for the purposes of attacks and stacking. Yeah, I looked at this before, and then there was some other reason I wanted to know if it was, because there's no attacks or stacking issues here. We just want to know. But it carries on, sorry. A flight occupying a hex side occupies both hexes sharing that hex side. Yeah, so that's only for stacking. But that is the bit that when we had Mechlin and Markov both in the same, we would have had them both in the same hex at the same altitude. So that would have been a stacking issue. So again, maybe not a big issue. It certainly doesn't spoil a scenario or anything like that, but it was a mistake. So, right, okay. Well, I'll you know what? I'll just leave it that way, and we can see. Somebody can confirm that maybe I needed to be in the spine of the hex to land, or maybe I could have done what I said and faced it that way, and then moved straight into the hex. That kind of doesn't feel right either, because the runway's going that way and I would be going that way, so anyway, it's not overly important, and it's maybe just, again, like I say, good to find out how it should be done. Okay, so that's one of our 3. Right, I think we'll move Chevy then, because he's not really doing anything either. So yeah, Chevy, well, he's across the side of the front. I mean, he's aborting. He's wanting to head for Allendorf, isn't he? But there's no mad rush. He's at high altitude, and can speed at 4. He's disordered aborting. I could dash him at 6, but there's no real need to. So I'll just move him at combat throttle 4. So 1, 3, 30 degree turn, 2, 3, 4. Actually, Chevy, they've got a runway rating of 3. Right, Allendorf's not any good then. We've got one along there, Seagerland, which is a 3. So I suppose I don't see any others apart from the one that the bombers will be up to that's got a rating of 4. Yeah, so let's just head them straight then. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, sorry. Right, I just moved them straight along 4 hexes, because he's going to head for Seagerland, which is a runway that he can land. He's not going to reach anyway, so it's not really, again, not really that important, but that's what we should be trying to do. Okay, that's 2 of our 3. So where's the third one going to be? So we've got Mother, Dodge. Right, Vegas is disordered as well. Now he does want to go for Allendorf, and not he's got the same. He's got a rating of 3 as well. However, it's just to get around the rally point, because Chevy is not only disordered, he's a Barton, so he needs to try and land. So Vegas with a medium altitude has a speed of 4. Vegas is detected. However, Marco's not going to look at him because he's disordered anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Right, so speed of 4, 1, 3, 60-degree turn, 2, 3, 3, 30-degree turn, 4. I'm going to end up there. That's Marcos, and that's Vegas. And he's on the spine of that hex, yeah. Next turn, he will be able to reach the orbit point there. Okay, right, that's my 3 initiatives gone. So now we'd like to see Horse Pack doing something. Ideally, just move Mark. Well, I think you're fine no matter what, Grant. Well, there you go. It's a 4 large, so it's a 2 in the small. And they've got, what, 4 flights? So they've got 2 hearts, a diamond. What is Markov? Markov's a diamond as well. So in actual fact, we just need to roll odd or even here, hearts with diamonds, and then both the flights will move. So kind of probably want hearts to come up here. Oops. Right, so I'm going to roll odd. Hearts are odd. Let's see what we get. And I've rolled 5, so it is odd. So it's going to be them. Now between the 2, Wolf is 2 hexes away. Markov is 2 hexes away as well. So I think we need to randomise between the 2. Not a biggie anyway. So Markov's odd, let's just say. I've rolled a 3, so that's going to be him first. Right, so he's got manoeuvre, he's got a max turn, he's at high altitude. Is his card up there? However, yeah, no, he's not even going to set dash throttle because he's got a manoeuvre marker. Right? And the instruction is to just set combat throttle. I've lost my plated card 5. Where is it? My set must be buried in here somewhere. There we go. Right, so yeah, manoeuvre marker, combat throttle, spend half movement points to remove the marker. So he's going to look at that first, which means he's at high, he's got a speed of 5. See, again, this is where I would kind of sort of say, right, let's not make it 5, let's make it 4 so we can benefit from the turns, because we're going to lose half of it anyway. In fact, I'm going to do that from here, because it makes no sense setting the speed at 5 when you can benefit slightly by getting an extra turn. So I'm going to set the speed at 4, spend 2 of that to removes the manoeuvre marker. And if I'd set the speed at 5, it would have still been, I would have been taking 3 movement points away to remove that. So I would have still only had 2 movement points left. Yeah, sorry, we need to know now. Well, that's that done, and he's got 2 movement points left. But we now need to know who his target is. And 108 flight's undetected, right? Vegas flight is the closest detected flight, however, it's not in good order. So he's looking for the closest flight that's in good order. Chevy down here is not in good order. So Dodge and Mother, like I say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Both Dodge and Mother are 7 hexes away. So I'm going to say Mother is odd. I've rolled even. I rolled a 6. So he is going to look at Dodge. Remember, if it had been Mother, he's only got 2 movement points left. So now you can't start with a turn either because he's got a max turn marker. So he's going to go 1, 3, 30, 60 degree turn because we decided to set them at speed 4, which seemed to make more sense to me anyway. And well, I suppose he just goes one more ahead, right? I'll need to move that down to there. Yeah, because he's chasing dodge. So he's fully in that hex. It's kind of awkward. And Vegas is on the spine of the hex. Try to move it down a little bit. Right, that's about the best I can get there. And he's at high altitude still. And that was his 2 remaining movement points spent. And he's done. So, yeah, just thinking ahead, next turn there, again, this is where we want to try and put dodge into a position that, because we're going to move mother 1 hex, remember. This could be tricky, actually. However, hang on here, Grant. As long as we get the initiative next turn, well, there's no guarantees of that. Because we're going to be in that hex this turn. They're going to roll for disorder removal. Let's hope they don't. But let's say they got lucky and both of them do remove their disorder. Then dodge is probably going to struggle to be closest to all 3 of these flights. However, as long as we get mother moved first, then we just land her, and that's us. Safe, surely. So as long as we get initiative just 1 before all the flights, well, you never know though. They might get an initiative and draw that 3 chit. And these are both on, in good order now. That's in good order, and they're all kind of looking at mother. So there's still a chance there's still a risk. Okay, so that's one of, that was their diamond, wasn't it? Who's the other diamond? Klein. Yeah, that's right. Mechlin and Wolf for hearts. Markov and Klein. So Klein was the other one. Did I make a mistake there then? I think I did. Because I think was I not considering Wolf being the other one? However, Klein was 1, 2, 3 away from his nearest flight, and Markov was only 2. So the die roll wouldn't have been needed, to be honest. It would have been Markov that went first. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay, so Klein at high altitude has a speed of 4 and is just wanting to stay around his orbit point. So I'm going to start him with a turn. 30-60, that's 1 movement point. 2 movement points into there, doing a 30-60. 3 movement points, doing a 30-60. And then the 4th movement point, I need to move that. Just moving straight into there. Not turning, so he's still adjacent, he's disordered, he's still at high. And that's him. Yeah. So, well, where he's positioned, as long as we kind of leave dodge, because he's going to be 1, 2, 3 away from mother. I think if I can get dodge into that hex there, that would cover both Markov and Klein, as in dodge would be the closest to them. We've still got Mechlin flight to move as well. So. Right, that's their initiative done, so it's back over to us, but I think I need to take a little break. Do I? Or can I just push on with this turn and get it finished? It's not an awful lot to do, is there? I'm worried that I think I've got a bit of time tonight. What I'm worried is I'm going to be like finishing the scenario off and not have anything exciting to do. Well, you could start that other game, Grant, or I could set up the next scenario. Yeah, I could see myself possibly doing that. Again, it's always the case. If you've got a game that you've been playing and you know how it works, then the thought of starting a new game that you're going to have your head fully in the rulebook. Yeah, I think I spoke about this before. But right, yeah, let's just push on then. So, well, it's us to draw another chit then. And I think we've got 3 flights left. Or is it 4? 3? Right, I've got 3 on the large, 2 on the small. For us. So Markov's move this time. Yeah, we've got Mother, 108, Dodge. Is that it? Yeah, because we moved 3. Got 6 in total. Yeah, because we split a flight. That's right. So I think I'm as well just moving. Yeah, I'm as well moving Mother now. Mechlin can't do anything. He's still disordered. So Mother moves into the hex. Now across the NATO side of the front. It's not at deck altitude. And takes no fire from that as far as I'm aware. Because we're across the other side of the front. Sorry, I should have zoomed in a lot on that. Yeah, across the good side of the front. There's nothing within range to fire it at. The SAM's out of range now as well. And it's, like I say, on the good side of the front, so no small arms attacks. All good. And then, like I say, for the last turn, and I'll be wanting to do that as soon as I can, because I assume that once we land her, she's then safe, nothing can attack it. So we want to get her down on the deck as soon as possible. Right, and then our second, well, let's just move. Yeah, we want 108 and Dodge flight sort of hovering in there, don't we? Let's move 108 flight then. At medium altitude, on a speed of 4. Right, 1 free 60 degree turn. 2, I might just use a speed of 3 here. Free 30 degree turn. Then 3 in there. And just stop there. Right, that high. That's for Dodge. 108 flight staying at medium. Right, I set the speed at 3 rather than 4 and just move them 3 hexes. Just, I mean, I know he's undetected, but it might become detected next turn, and then Markov's closer to him. I want to say Klein 1, 2. Yeah, because we could say that he's in that hex. He's in both hexes. So he's actually only 2 away from Klein, whereas Mother's 3 away. Okay, that's good. And that's our 2 initiatives done. We've only got Dodge flight to move. So I'll chuck this back in the class. I could probably just move them. It's not. Right, this is for Warsaw Pact. It's a 4 in the large, 2 in the small. So that's gonna, yeah, it's gonna move their last 2 flights. So chuck that back in the cup. So between the 2, who have we got? Wolf and Mechlin, both disordered. Wolf has a flight 2 away. So does Mechlin. So I'll just say Wolf's odd. Rolled even. So Mechlin. So he's at high altitude. Just going to go around his orbit point. High altitude. He's a MiG-23, isn't he? He's got a speed of 5. So, you know, yeah, it's just awkward, isn't it? If I set it at 4, I can. Right, I had to go and pause there for. I've been away for quite a few hours, so I was just watching back. I just cut that part of the video so I could have a look back. We were just to activate both, move both the last 2 Warsaw Pact flights. We rolled randomly between them, found out it was Mechlin, and I'm wondering about setting his speed at 4 instead of 5, because he's at high altitude. He just wants to go around his orbit point. It's just with a speed of 4 you can make the 3 turns, you know. So Whereas, yeah, I could make an initial turn at speed 5, but after that, I'm then into the hex doing 30-degree turns. And I probably could stay back. I think it makes more sense just setting the speed at 4 here, and then doing doing a turn to start with for 1 movement point, then 2. Oops, that is high. So 2, and then a free 60-degree turn, 3 free 60-degree turn, and then 4, and in that hex there, without doing a turn. It's getting a bit messy up here though. But it's both Klein and Mechlin just try to hang around Fritzler. They're both disordered, they're both at high altitude, to be honest. And Mechlin didn't finish on a turn either, so I know he's maybe not. Means he's facing down. I mean, if I'd had 1 extra movement point, I would have had to go out a bit further to come in, so it's not that I'm losing anything by that 5th movement point. I think it actually makes it easier, better, right? But yeah, I don't think it's a huge big deal. Okay, and then for Wolf, well, he is also trying to head. Yeah, he should be able to reach Cassell this time, and then he'll get a roll as well. So he's at high altitude as well, but he's a MiG-21. So speed of 4. Now, it does say it would want to dash, but again, there's no point in dashing. All he needs to do is reach here. So 1, 2, 3. Well, he's going to move 4. Yeah, I'll just end them on top of that 2K22 there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Staying at high altitude, and he's still disordered. You can take that with him. And now he's got a chance now as well, so he's going to be able to roll. So all three of the flights are getting a roll this time. We know Klein's got a -1 aggression. It's Mechlin, isn't it? Mechlin's got a -3. What about Wolf then? Wolf's a -1 as well. So, but they're going to get the +8 on top of that, all these minuses this time. So that's good. Right, yeah, I think that's fine. So we've got one more flight to move, which is Dodge, and that'll be able to finish the turn out. And I've just realised that it's more than likely I could close this scenario out with one more turn, I think. Well, one more part of the video, because it's quite quick, all this. It could, I suppose, depend on at the end of this turn, if any of these flights do break their disorder. That could make it an interesting finish. So now we've also got to consider this one up here, rolling now. Mother is going to be his closest target this time. So do I want to attempt to put Dodge? See, yeah. Right now, these two flights, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, because we can say he's in that hex, I think. Well, he's in both hexes, so he's closer to him. He's closer to him. Markov, he's closer to Markov. But the problem with that flight is it's not detected. I think in actual fact, the fact that Wolf flight's away up, it's up here, I'm not sure it's going to have the ability to come around and attack Mother anyway. And again, next turn, we're hopeful that as soon as we get one initiative, we're landing Mother anyway. So the chances, well, like I say, I could Warsaw Pact could gain the initiative. I could draw the 3 activation chat, and we could activate all 3 flights, if they do recover from disorder. I know that's pretty unlikely, isn't it? Right, so Dodge flight. That's all we've got to move. Well, do we want to maybe we should have a go at something? We're all kind of facing the wrong direction though. I don't think so. I think we still want to leave Dodge in there, because if that 108 flight does stay Yeah, it's all a bit of tricky finish here, to be honest. Well, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I want dodge. If I can get dodge in that hex, can I get him in that hex though? He's at high altitude. He's got a speed of 4. Let me see. No, I don't think I can get him in that hex. I maybe not planned this out that well. I'm gonna move that's mother's marker at deck. What I think the best plan might be is to, I think I can get him in this hex, which is going to be closer to that flight if he was to recover. It's also going to be, it's going to be 3 away from Klein, but mother's 3 away as well. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So, and then it's going to be 4 away from that. So at least there'd be a die roll there. And bearing in mind, if this becomes detected, both Klein and Mechlin are looking at the 108 flight anyway. So, with us setting my speed at actually, did I not want to leave it at 3? I can have 4, but I could reduce it to 3. Yeah, it's just 3. It's just 3. So I'm setting my speed at 3 and go on 1 free 60-degree turn, 2 free 60-degree turn, and then 3 free. I think I'll make the turn as well. Needs to finish on a turn marker, Grant. Does it matter? Well, yeah, I think I probably do want to turn to finish. So, yeah, so I only took 3 of a turn. That's going to mark him a max turn marker as well, because he finished on a turn there. Now, I think that's probably the best I could do. Maybe I could have made a better job of that, I don't know. I'll take that away. Mark him finished. It might not matter. I mean, it's still a tough roll for these to recover, but you never know. But now, right now, if Klein or Mechlin were to be able to go after a flight, they would have to roll between mother and dodge, which isn't ideal. I'm kind of hoping this gets detected. Actually, Markov will be able to have a radar detection attempt on that as well. So, okay. So I think that's all the flights moved. They've got 4, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there's 10 cubes out there. So, yeah. Yeah, not an awful lot happening. Just try to hang on there to the end. Right, we'll get this part finished. Finish off the turn here. So I'll get the blue cubes removed. Right, so there we go. Right, let's just finish off the turn. And I'll copy this bit across. And I'm going to come straight back and see if we can't get this finished this evening. So, fuel phase. I don't think anybody dashed, actually. No. So nothing to do there. Simulcast phase, no. Right, track phase. Right, well, we don't really want flights to become undetected, I don't think. Right, so I'll roll for I'll maybe just show you this roll. For our guys on the C column. Yeah, 2 dice. Right, on the C detection level on the track table, let's see if anyone comes undetected. Oh, 14. I tell you what, that's not good. That is one of the ones that's not in curly brackets. I'm not sure what yet because I've not looked. I'm just about to. That is spades. Ooh, I think we're alright. Vegas. So it is spades without curly brackets, so Vegas is going to go undetected. That's not really a problem. He's on the spine of that hex. If you remember, it's a wee bit crowded here. He's on the spine, and Markov's actually fully in that hex. The worrying one, I suppose, was Dodge. He's a diamond. Chevy's a heart. And, well, actually, our bomber up there is going undetected, isn't he? Yeah, he's a spade. Not that that really matters too much, but... Okay, so, yeah, we didn't really want a diamond there, did we? Okay, and oh, I might as well. I'll just roll for the Warsaw Pack flights. On the D column, I can't see that either. We've got a 7 and a 3. So 10 on the D column as a heart and curly brackets. So did I have any flights at deck or low? I don't think so. No, so nothing doing there. The only flight at deck is mother. Oh, that's what I forgot. We've got our bomber's flight was at deck, but he got undetected anyway. Okay, so nothing more there. Right, moving on. Sam acquisition, admin phase. Right, here's the big finale here to the turn anyway, and just what could maybe make things a little risky going into the next turn. So I'll show you these rolls. So we've got 3 important ones for the Warsaw Pack. They've got all 3 flights. So we'll just start with Klein again. So Klein has got a -1 aggression. He's going to get a +8, so he's getting a +7. So let's move this back a bit. Sorry. Right, so Klein gets a +7 and needs a 20. So here we go. 12 again. He got 12 the last time, didn't he? 12 plus 7 is 19. Oh, just getting away with it, Grant. You're just getting away with it. So that's one out of the way. Right. Next one we've got is Mecklin. And Mecklin has a -3 to his aggression. So with a +8. So he gets a +5 to his roll. Again, he's a 20. And that's poor. Okay, so we've got one more to survive. And to be honest, they were the 2 that were more riskier, because they too would have looked between mother and Dodge right now. Whereas this other one, Wolf, if he does come back, he's going to see Dodge before he looks at mother. So Wolf has a -1, I think. So he's got a -1 as well with a +8. So he gets a +7 as well. So needs a 13 or greater. And he's rolled 8, so nothing doing there. So we got away with all of them. As any other guys could roll. Chevy is not near. What is Chevy? What's his aggression? It's +1. So yeah, a 19 or a 20 would do it for him. Oh, 17. Close. I'm glad that roll didn't happen a couple of rolls ago. Or even just the previous roll. So that's Chevy. Who else have we got? We've got somebody else, haven't we? We've got Vegas. Vegas, I want to say, is a minus, though, isn't he? Oh no, he's on a 0. But he's not beside an orbit point either, so only a 20 will work here. 7. Not happening. And I think that's it. The 108 flight's alright, Dodge is alright, Mother's alright. And the bombers are just aborting, they're not disordered. Okay, so we got through that. So, yeah, I want to say there's... Well, if 108 flight doesn't become detected, and Markov gets to activate before us, if they get the initiative and it happens to be Markov, then he will look at Mother right now. So that, I think that's the only risk I've got. yeah, so I think that's the only risk. Right, let's finish off. So I've done that, split fights, roll to remove, shutdown. Well, this is going to come off now, which means this is now no longer suppressed. Not really relevant here. It is, however, still shut down, but this is where we would roll to remove that shutdown. What I say, it's greater than or equal to a 5 I want to roll, but 17.53. They may attempt to remove the shutdown marker in the end of the phase. Roll a die and a result of 5 or greater remove the marker. Right, I'll just do this off camera. So a 5 or greater is going to remove that. And there's only rolled a 3. So it's staying shut down, but it wasn't going to matter. With not any issues there. Alright, that was the only one to do there. There wasn't any Sam launches or AA attacks to remove. Yeah, nothing else to do. That's it, isn't it, this time? There's not any zoom climb markers. No, that's it. That's it. Right, so we're moving on. Final turn. Like I say, all we need to do is get the initiative and land Mother. And I think then she's safe, and then that's that. Well, I want to say it's 14 points, isn't it? That's that in the bag. Now, there is going to be some other points coming off us, but we have only lost one flight, and it's the helicopter now. We've not lost any other aircraft. We've got that helicopter that's damaged. So, I want to say that's it recovered though, because it said that. That was the bit Hal pointed out to me. It says helicopters recover by landing in any friendly open airfield or hex on the friendly side of the front. So although they would still get a point for me having a damaged helicopter, or is it 2? No, it's 1 point I think. And then we've got one crippled aircraft as well, so I think that's a couple of points. So, oh well, maybe no. They get 4 points for shooting us down, don't they? Anyway, I want to say, I mean, we've shot down 1, 2, 3, 4 of their aircraft. So, I mean, the big points were coming from rescuing the ace pilot. So, okay, that's turn 11 finished. So that's my part. That's what I want to say, it's 28 and that. So I'll get this copied across just now, and then once I've done that, I'm going to come back and hopefully we can finish this scenario off. Okay, I'll be back soon. Cheers.